Hello friends, welcome to EduTap. I hope your preparations are going well and you are staying safe from the pandemic. Today we are going to discuss something very interesting. What is money? What are types of money? What are functions of money? This is something you might not be knowing, though this is very generic. Like, what is money? We all know, but we don't know it in technical terms, and we don't know about different types of money. What we know is that, okay, I have a currency that is money, but what can be the different types of money? What are the different functions of money? So, we are going to discuss it from a formal perspective so that you get an end-to-end understanding with respect to money. Right. And just to remind you, this video is part of your series for banking awareness, and all these videos are helpful for your exams such as RBI, NABARD, SEBI, then SBI, IBPS, and various other banking exams. Right. So now let's start with what is money. Can can you tell me the formal definition of money? Right? Can you tell me? The answer is money is defined as any item or legal tender. Legal tender means your currency, which is accepted as in a country as per the law of that country. So money can be a legal tender, or apart from legal tender, it can be any item. This is very important. So apart from legal tender, it can be any item which can be accepted as payment for goods and services and repayment of debt. Right? So if I have gold, can I give gold for exchange of some goods, uh, say a car or some service? I can do that, right? Provided the seller is ready to accept gold, right? And you will find some people who will accept that gold as no as part of that transaction. Might not everyone accept that, but some will accept. So legal tender or any item which can be accepted as payment for goods and services and repayment of debt, right? Or can be easily converted to such a form, right? So it can be any item or legal tender which can be accepted as payment for goods and services or repayment of debt, or can be converted to such a form, right? So anything which can be converted to such a form, which can be accepted as payment for goods and services, right? That would be called as money. I hope you are able to understand, right? So it's not only legal tender, the main point is it's not only the legal tender, but any item that can be used for payment of goods and services and repayment of debt. Now, what is the origin of money? Right? That how does money came into picture? Right? Apart from gold and silver or various other articles which were uh, used to be exchanged in the barter system, when did the original currency originated? Right. The answer is that it was Sher Shah Suri, right? The famous ruler who ruled India. So it was Sher Shah Suri, right, who introduced Rupaya in 1540, 1545, around that time. Right. So it was Rupaya which was introduced by Sher Shah Suri in 1540-45 that can be called as origin of money in form of currency in India. And now, as of today, it's Reserve Bank of India which issues currency under the RBI Act 1934. Right? So it came under the rule of Sher Shah Suri. It originated by origin of money. Here I mean the currency. Right? Gold and silver were used as part of barter system even earlier. But the currency like this, right? The coins here, they originated during the rule of Sher Shah Suri. Guys, I hope that you are able to enjoy this video and you are able to understand. And before going further, I would just like to request you that in case you have not subscribed to our channel till now, please subscribe to it by clicking on the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you get all the updates timely. Now, let's discuss about types of money. This is something we don't know. What we know is that yes, money is currency, but what are different types of money? There are four types of money: commodity money, fiat money, fiduciary money, and commercial bank money. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain all these four types one by one, and it is going to be really interesting. So let's start with the commodity money. So, what is commodity money? The name itself tells us any commodity which can perform the function of money. And what is the function of money that we discussed? That is, it can be used for a payment of goods and services or repayment of debt, right? So in older times, what used to happen is that various goods like, gold, copper, silver, salt, cocoa beans, seashells, they used to be exchanged between people, right? So these were commodities which were exchanged as part of barter system, right? So we can say that these commodities were acting as money, because using this you could buy something, that is by exchanging them for something else that you want, right? So commodity money is simplest kind of money that was used in barter system, and it is that valuable resource that can be exchanged for something. The examples I have already told you and are in front of you here. Now what is fiat money? See, fiat money is something that in itself is worthless. For example, these notes, like the currency of various countries, these notes, in themselves, they are worthless unless and until they are given the status of legal tender by the government. So anything which has no intrinsic value but is recognized as a legal tender by the regulation or law of that country is called fiat money. For example, in India, you have various notes: 10 rupee, 100 rupee, 1000 rupee, not 1000 rupee now, 500 and 2000 rupee. So if those notes are not guaranteed as legal tender, then they have no value. They are just pieces of paper, right? Right. That is what happened after demonetization. The old notes were just like pieces of paper. They had no value because then they were stopped to be acting as a legal tender. So fiat money is something which has no intrinsic worth by themselves, but their worth comes from government recognizing them as legal tender. That is, by regulation and laws, this type of money is recognized as legal tender, and then it has some worth, right? So I hope you are able to understand the fiat money. In simple words, the currency of any country which is printed on paper, which in itself is worthless, right? But it has some value because it's a legal tender. It is recognized by the regulation or laws of that place. So in India, we have this type of currency, right? So this is a fiat money in India. Next type of money is fiduciary money. Now, what is fiduciary money? Now, the meaning of the word fiduciary is involving trust. So now what is fiduciary money? To understand that, I'll give you an example. When we do transactions, right, in the banking system, sometimes we use checks, sometimes we use demand draft, sometimes we use bank guarantees. Now, in themselves, they are not something, though, they are not either a commodity which can be exchanged for other goods. They are neither a legal tender in the sense, right? I mean, checks or bank drafts are not legal tender, right? Though obviously they are legal, but they are not something that are recognized as currency by the government. So when we do transactions using these means, they are based on trust, right? We trust that if bank has made a demand draft and I give it to somebody, then that person has trust that this is a demand draft, this will surely get encashed. So this type of money which is based on trust is called fiduciary money, right? Sometimes you take a loan, your relative or your father gives a guarantee for that. That also is a fiduciary money, right? Because that is based on trust, right? Now, what is the next type of money, which is commercial bank money? Now, commercial bank money basically means the demand deposits in the bank. By demand deposits, we mean the money which can be demanded by the customer anytime and the bank has to give it. So any money in the bank which is kept in the saving account or the current account, right? That is, it is not a fixed deposit. It is in the saving account or the current account, and customer can demand it anytime and the bank has to give that, basically is categorized as commercial bank money, right? So money with the bank which can be withdrawn by the customer anytime, for example, the money in the current account or the savings account, without giving any intimation, the customer can withdraw it anytime. That is called commercial bank money. So these are the types of money which I wanted to explain you, and we have discussed that. Apart from that, new jargons are coming in terms of types of money like electronic money, which is obviously when you do electronic transaction, you use your credit card or debit card. There is no cash being paid, right? You are just transacting using your card. So that's an electronic money, right? So these kind of terms keep coming up, but they are not actual types of money. They are kind of how do you transact, right? Rather than being types of money. These are the four original types of money that you need to know. Now, what are the functions of money? First, it acts as a medium of exchange. Obviously, that by giving money you can buy or sell. By giving money you can buy something, or when you sell you get money. So it's a medium of exchange. Standard of deferred payment. So when payments are deferred, they are settled using money, right? So that is one another function of money. Store of value. Why it is called a store of value? Because money can be saved, it can be stored in terms of, you can keep it in the bank and then it can be retrieved, right? And when you retrieve it, you can use it as a medium of exchange. That is why it is called store of value. The unit of account. Now everything needs to be accounted in some unit. You measure apples in kgs, but how do you measure everything? How do you measure the value of your property? How do you measure the cost of your clothes? So for that we need a unit of account, and that is what money is. Money is used to assign value to something, or rather everything, right? So these are some of the basic functions of money, right? In formal way, it becomes very technical to understand these points, but in layman language, it's very easy, right? Medium of exchange, unit of account, that is unit to assign value to something, store of value, that is when you save something, it has to be saved in some way. So it can be saved in terms of money stored and then retrieved. So all these are the functions of money, which are very common. We use them almost daily in our lives. Well, that was about types of money and functions of money. Now, let's make it more interesting. Let's try to discuss some interesting facts about money. The first one is, do you know how many languages are there on our notes? The answer is 17. 15 regional languages and the rest two are Hindi and English. So, very interesting fact. 17 languages on one currency. Really great. Next is, our currency represents the diversity. So even with these 17 languages on one note, I can say that our currency represents diversity of India. But apart from these languages, let's try to analyze the pictures that are there on the notes, different notes. So 5 rupee note, I don't know how many of you have seen this. Now there is a different 5 rupee note also which does not have this picture. A picture of tractor is there, right? A farmer is shown driving a tractor, right? Then picture of Himalayas. These are Himalayas. If you see them carefully, these are Himalayas. Then on 500 note, the picture of Red Fort, right? So they have tried to depict different different facets of India through pictures on different notes. There are many other notes with different pictures. I'm not going into detail of every note, but the point is our currency represents our diversity. So next time you buy something, you give note to somebody, please see what is the picture on that note. How many languages are there on that note? You will feel really proud of your country. Next is, RBI can issue coins up to denomination of 1,000. So we have seen coins up to 2 rupees, 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 20 rupees. But do you know that RBI has the power, RBI has the authority to even issue coins up to a denomination of rupee 1,000. And imagine you carrying 5,000 rupee coin in your pocket and your wallet is empty, and suddenly your girlfriend checks your wallet, it's empty, but then you pull out some coins. Hey, I have got 5,000 rupees. How will it sound, right? Next, very interesting fact, guys. 0 rupee note. Have you heard about this 0 rupee note anytime? I think not, right? Well, this was not issued by RBI. This 0 rupee note was issued by Fifth Pillar, which was a group, and its motive was to fight against corruption. Right, so you can say it's an NGO whose motive was to fight against corruption, and as a part of that, it issued a 0 rupee note. Obviously, it was not a legal tender, right? But it was just shown, right, that people are doing something to fight corruption. So the template taken here was for 50 rupees. 50 rupee note looks like this in terms of colors and size. But since it was not by RBI, it was by fifth pillar, a group who was fighting against corruption, its value was zero. So you can say just a symbolic thing to show that how we are against corruption. Very interesting fact you must know. Oh, then 10,000 rupee note. I never saw this, but the history says that there was a 10,000 rupee note which was printed by RBI in 1938, that is even before independence. Right, so you can see this Reserve Bank of India 10,000 rupee note. Again, just imagine you having 100 notes of 10,000 in your pocket, which is like 10 lakh rupees. Oh my God, 10 lakh rupees, just a small number of notes you are carrying in your pocket. But this 10,000 rupee note was finally taken out of our economy by Morarji Desai in 1978. Right? So I hope you enjoyed all these interesting facts. I personally enjoy reading such things because it gives us a lot of knowledge and we get to know a lot about our country, its history, and how it has evolved over a period of time. Now, I'll end this session, but before ending this session, I'll just give you homework questions, right? First question is tractor is displayed on which note? That is on the note of which denomination? 500, 500, you have to tell that very easy. Now this is little bit tough question. Bank guarantee will be which type of money? Will it be fiduciary money? Will it be uh, commodity money, right? Will it be fiat money? Will it be commercial bank money? That you have to tell us. Bank guarantee which will be which type of money. Please type your answers in the comment section and that will help us to understand that how much you have gained out of this lecture. Thanks for now. Have a nice day. And once again, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And in case you have any query regarding our courses, you can call us at hello@edutab. You can email us at hello@edutab.co.in or you can call us at this number 81462 07241. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.